about the fight in Ohio, what that means to you.
It means a lot to me. You know, coming back to the hometown, you know, I gotta put on a great show, like I always do. And I'm not just coming to fight anybody. You know, his name might not be as known as mine, but I can tell you one thing: this guy's not gonna lay down, and I know he's gonna be tough, and he's coming to fight.
Adrien, Chris Conf here with the Fight City. You got a card on 10th, you got a card on the 18th you're fighting. Is there worry that you're stretching yourself too thin? You're a promoter, you're now a boxer. Brown's is focusing on this fight. This is his $1 million ticket. Are you overlooking it because of all the stuff going on?
I never overlook any opponent, you know, in this game. And, you know, right now I'm just focused on my fight. You know, I got great promoters. I got a great promoter team, you know, Ravon Littlejohn. He's gonna make sure everything's okay. And you know, I got a big bro helping me on my show, so I know my show is gonna be okay. So I'm okay.
Floyd, Adrien said when he was talking to media earlier that he's kind of seeing the light, and he said he's been sort of calmed down and he's really training harder than ever. He said part of that came from talking to you and your influence. Can you talk about that? He also said we haven't seen the best of him, and now we are going to see that.
I think it's all about growth. You know, everybody go through certain periods in their life where certain experiences you go through in life, you grow from it, you learn from it. I think that everything should be a learning experience. Adrien Broner we all know that he's a hell of a fighter. You know, one of the biggest names in boxing. I mean, you may have another guy that's, say, he's undefeated. You said you have another fighter that's young and on the rise and says that he's undefeated, but Adrien Broner has charisma. He has that star power. He has what it takes to become a household name. But with everything takes time. You know, I'm going to continue to help him push his brand. You know, AB Promotions. I will always stand behind him. You know, you live and you learn. And he's still young. He has a lot left, and so we all want to see him go out there and entertain.
Hey, Adrien.
You know, if we can't make a good fight with Ricky Burns, then we have to take that up with my team. But right now we focused on February 18th.
Adrien, in 2015 you fought 3 times. Last year you fought once. What's the plan for 2017?
Just being more positive.
Let me touch on that. In 2017, we're gonna try to keep all these young fighters active. Adrien Broner deserves to fight this year 3 or 4 times. He's young, he's hungry, and it's all about keeping him mentally in the right place. You know, sometimes it's not Adrien that goes into another place. It's the people that sometimes surround us. But when you have a positive guy right here to Adrien Broner's right, a guy that's had his back for a long time, you know, if I continue to communicate with Adrien and a positive people that's in his life continue to communicate with him, only thing we can do is get great results. And you know, of course, this fight will be on the best boxing network in the world, Showtime. Of course, we're the A side. We will always remain the A side. And tonight, I know it's right now, it could be live on some media outlets. Please tune in tonight, because we have a unification bout. And Mayweather Promotions and other boxing promotion companies, AB Promotions. We're going to continue to give the people what they want to see, and it's all about excitement.
Back here, Floyd.
Hey.
I know you're promoting Adrien's involved in promoting this particular fight, but obviously you guys have a bit of a friendship, mentor, sort of pupil sort of relationship. Can you talk about just how often you and Adrien talk about things? Forget about the promotion of the fight, but just are you given the phone, or are you seeing a person, you try to counsel him about the things that you can teach him that you've been through?
On a regular, but you know, most of the time, Adrien will call me in the morning, or I will call him just to check on him, see how he's doing, how his family is, his children, see what's going on in his life. You know, I'm always trying to keep him in the right place. You know, even like myself, you know, once upon a time in my career, what I had, even though you can be with a certain company, but it's the people that's around you that can get you, you know, off track. Me, myself, when I was young, I had a bunch of negative people around me, so I was a negative person. But once I surround myself with better people, and people I knew genuinely cared and wanted the best for me, I became a better person, not just physical, but mentally, and also I was put in a better position, to a better financial position. You know, when I got with Al Heyman, and then I had a lot of young guys around me that only thing they wanted to do was club and drink and party. Me, myself, I seen the bigger picture. They just wanted to party and live a life right then and there. But I knew I had children to feed, a family to take care of, so I had to move all that aside and focus on what I had to do, and that's the same advice I try to tell him. You know, sometimes Adrien will call me and we have some real deep conversations that the world would never even know about. Real deep. And I just tell him, listen, don't worry about that. Your children need you, your family needs you, and I need you to go out here and become the next pay-per-view superstar.
Adrien, can you address what Mayweather said, that you can look to him and maybe learn from the lessons that Floyd has had? What has it meant to you, and what does it mean for you going forward in terms of the way you handle your business, more specifically outside the boxing ring?
Like you said, you know, our relationship, you know, when we talk, it's very personal, and he tried to keep me level-headed, because sometimes I can get high-headed.
Sometimes, you know, sometimes he can, you know, he call me, and he have his days. Every day is not the same. Sometimes he have his days, and I say, Adrien, come on, you gotta rock with me, because, I mean, that, you know, in our own language, that's our language, of course. You know, my background, of course, I come from the inner city. I'm a chameleon. I know how to adjust and adapt to any situation, but I tell him, you gotta stay with me. I need you. You're one of the biggest names in boxing. And even though I'm not out there competing or fighting anymore, I still live through these fighters. You know, when these fighters go out there and win, I feel like I'm fighting. So I know how it feels to be on this side, and I know how it feels to be a fighter. But every day, I say to myself, I got in the sport of boxing as a promoter, retired from the sport. I mean, shit, if I was Steven, would I want Floyd Mayweather to come back? Absolutely. I'd give him the whole Brinks truck. But, you know, this is about Adrien. I stand behind Adrien. I want to continue to support him. Sometimes he be upset. Big bro, no, just relax. I'm here with you. Just relax. You know, he's only human. I mean, and it's just like this, you know, they're going to take shots at him, but I tell them all the time, certain people in the media or certain people on social media or people that don't even know you, everybody's an internet thug. Everybody's an internet gangster. Everybody can type up something negative about you, something bad about you. Everybody can make up fake stories. At the end of the day, I tell them that this, like, everybody here right now can judge me and say, oh yeah, we know what I'm saying. I mean, at the end of the day, that little lady right there, that's what I care about. And that's the same thing that he should care about. Your children, because that's who's gonna love you through thick and thin, through it all. If you make a lot of money, if you lose it all, your children are gonna love you unconditional. The media is gonna move on to the next. The fans are gonna move on to the next. They're gonna keep inventing. They're gonna keep inventing more and more fighters. At one time it was Janelle Hernandez. This kid is crazy for fighting him. Then they come and say, Angel Man Freddie, the next guy that quick, wipe him out the box. Then they say, oh, this guy. Then they say, oh, that guy. Then they keep building it. Then they say Diego Corrales undefeated. Then they say Ricky Hatton. Then they say De La Hoya. Then they say Canelo. Then they say Pacquiao. And all I say is this. I tell AB this. Always have patience. You're going to get to where you're trying to get to. A true champion can take a loss and bounce back. And I don't have to take a loss in the ring, because I took losses on the outside of the ring. When I lose a loved one, that hurts deep. No different from when my best friend killed himself on FaceTime when he committed suicide and murdered his wife. You don't think that hurt? But still, mentally, I have to be in the right place, because I know that I have a whole company. I have a whole company that's backing me and believing in me. I didn't want to let Steven down. When I went to Steven and I said, this is the deal I want. First I went to HBO and said, this is the deal I want right here. And once they couldn't get the deal done, it's not like I wasn't loyal, because nobody knew this. I fought under HBO for years. Just fight to fight, fight to fight, fight to fight. And it was telling the world, making the world think that I was under a contract, and I wasn't. Fight to fight, fight to fight, fight to fight. Then I finally said, when I came home from doing my little small bid, I said, listen, this is the deal that I need. They said, nobody's gonna give him that deal. I went to Steve, he said, no problem. So I will always be loyal to, I'm always be loyal to people that treated me good. And they didn't treat me good, they treated me great. Within my deal, everything that I wanted within my deal, I got. And everything that I asked for within my career, I got, but I had to go out there and produce first. You have to go out there and produce first. And I say, okay, I say, yo, listen, I need this big boy mansion built. It costs $15 million, I need it. I need this built. I said, no problem. I was retired when I got that built. Okay, that's one thing. When I wanted the Bugatti, I got it. When I wanted 3 jets, I got it. But I had to go out there and produce. This is not nothing that happened overnight. Same thing with Adrien Broner. He don't get to where he want to get to. I'd have been in the gym. I don't have to see a fighter fight. I can see him in a boxing gym, and I can just see certain movements. I said, oh yeah, I'm the right world champion. Because when I say this, I really mean this. Maidana can punch. Because I've been in there with some of the best. And every guy that's at the top can punch. They all can punch. No different from when you look at, we look at Canelo. And then we look at Amir Khan. And they say, oh, Mayweather did this to Canelo, so Amir Khan's gonna be able to do the same thing. It's two totally different fighters, it's 2 totally different worlds. There's a difference between, I tell you this all the time, there's a difference between being talented and God gifted. There's 2 different. You got a lot of talented fighters. But when you mix them all together, I'm talented and God gifted. So I got 2 things on my side. Most fighters only got 1 thing. And we will see Adrien Broner. We will see the best of Adrien Broner. And this guy that he's fighting is not a pushover. And I'm going to continue to help him grow and push his company. It's a great feeling to wake up and say, damn, I took this guy who was just, this fighter who was walking to the boxing gym and taking a bus to the boxing gym to making 7-figure paydays. But I had to work. It wasn't easy. Badu Jack never complained though. He never complained. He never complained. He never cried. All he said is, every time we got him a fight, he never complained about the money. Most of these fighters nowadays, all they do is bitch and complain about the money. We want the money. We want what Mayweather got. Well, you have to take the same road Mayweather took. I fought 17 times in a year and a half before I fought for. That's the reason why I fought for the world title, and I fought the best guy at the weight. And then once you get to a certain point, a certain pinnacle, when you accomplish everything that you want to accomplish, then you got to say, what next? Then you want to see everybody around you win and accomplish certain things. Because there's nothing else I can really do in the sport no more. You late, Leonard? Okay.
Perspective and change you.
Last year, was one of the roughest years of my profession. And, I've been through some humbling moments. And, it's good I got mentors like Floyd Mayweather. It's good I got positive people like RIVERA John beside me. And, they helped me get through these situations. And now we're on better and positive things.
What changes have you made in particular? Have you maybe changed any of the people around you? I said, what changes have you made? Have you changed any of the people around you? Because Floyd before was talking about having positive people around him.
You know, most definitely. You know, you definitely gotta. You know, he tells me this all the time. You know, once you decide to do right, you're gonna lose a lot of your friends, or well, a lot of people that you thought was your friend. You know, because a lot of people are around for the wrong reasons. And now that I'm doing right, and now that I'm not clubbing so much or doing the crazy wild stuff that I used to do, you know, it's a lot of people that really don't want to come around or don't be around anymore. So, you know, we're just doing all positive things, and that's the new thing for me.
And also, you know, you were saying before that you can't fight Maidana right now because he's retired. But would you like to avenge the lost supporter at some point?
Of course. But like I said before, you know, my main objective is February 18th and putting on a great show for you guys and all my fans.
Hey Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps, and if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you go ahead and do so by clicking this little icon right here, or else